Peace and love, family. Welcome to the Black Tour Network. Daresaalam tour experience. We are still moving around and are getting to see what's good in Daresaalam. Like you can see in the evening, the traffic is crazy, moving from one point to another point. And on being on a Friday, it's also particularly even extreme. But nonetheless, we are hoping to get to Busy Beach, perhaps before this whole traffic situation gets even worse. It has been a wonderful day. We went to a place known as a Posta ya Zamani, which means it's a place where you can actually get to boat or book a ferry that will get you from across Daresaalam to Zanzibar. Next week, we shall be going and crossing over from Daresaalam to Zanzibar. And Zanzibar is a fun experience as well. Like we said, we did have one of our sisters, Sharon Hord, about 2 months ago. She decided to do a tour to Zanzibar. And when she went there, she said her experience was phenomenal. Her experience was wonderful. And she actually wants to buy herself a condo in Zanzibar. We shall be doing those particular trips to Zanzibar as well. We shall be seeing what's good in Fumba Town. We shall also be getting to show you what's good in other different places, like the Soul. There's also a place known as the Soul. Hey, Kaka Chunga. Pole pole, hatuna haraka mingi sana hivi. Leo angetuunganisha pale. Bila ningekosa. Then you can put the phone. Nataka pia chini. And like we said, the situation is particularly difficult all tight on Fridays as people are trying to get home from work. As you can see, the weather is a little bit good today compared to yesterday and the days before when it was raining a little bit in the evening hours or the early morning hours. But we are hoping to get to a place known as Mbezi. Mbezi is also very, very close to Ramada. And we shall be getting to show you where the rest of the family is staying at. Like we said, it has been a wonderful day just getting to go book our tickets for the ferry that will get us from Daresaalam all the way to Zanzibar, which is about an hour and a half. I believe it's about an hour and a half going by the ferry. And we shall be booking the very, very fast ferry that will be leaving at Daresaalam on Monday morning at around 9:30 a.m. in the morning. And if you have a question for what's good in Daresaalam or whatever happens in Tanzania in regards to any kind of a matter, you can simply get to ask me those particular questions, and I will be happy or more than willing to answer your questions. You can see the mode means of transport is actually bikes and also bajajis. The bajajis are the what can I call them? Like the tricycles. They are the active cycles. You can call them the tricycles. So people get to book the tricycle. We are actually in one of them. It's known as bajaji. In other places, you normally do call them boda boda. Like for example, if you are in Kenya and you're trying to get from point A to point B, you can actually just use the boda boda. And in a place like Uganda, I think they have a different name for it. But nonetheless, we are taking a ride in one particular bajajis in Daresaalam. The roads in Daresaalam, Tanzania, really not that bad. Would I just call them, rating them out of 10, I would actually just say a good 6.5. You know, I understand that in the city the roads are lucky taken care of. Maybe in the rural areas they are a little bit difficult. They are a little bit different. But I think Mr. Magufuli has done a good job. You know, in this particular country, he did do a lot. You know, for the period of over 5 years that he was in power. And of course, he just passed on very recently. We have been talking about it on the Black Fire Network. But you can see, I think Magufuli has done a little. No, he did a little. He did some good work. And of course, right now the nation has been taken over by the new president. Her name is Samia Suluhu. She has also been talking about putting together a committee. But one thing get realized, she has said that she will be putting together a commission or a committee to advise her on the response for the pandemic. So far so good. We have been going around and we haven't seen people worried about the COVID pandemic in Tanzania. People are actually more focused on, you know, making their day-to-day bread, or, you know, improving their livelihoods, and are not derailed by the whole COVID-19 pandemic, which has been happening in other parts of the world. If you go to Uganda, people are worried about the pandemic. If you go to Kenya, people are also worried about the pandemic. But right here in Tanzania, I will be showing you, you know, even people, the bike riders, you know, the people riding the bajajis and everyone else, these people are not worried about, you know, the COVID-19, because they have been under the leadership of Magufuli, who told them, you know, they will not be trusting these kinds of vaccines that are actually coming up. You turn on the Bluetooth. Go to data. You turn on Bluetooth. Put the jingle. Is this the one? Is it on? Yeah. Okay. Our family later on, we're also hoping maybe to go check out the nightlife in Dar es Salaam. I understand there are nice places people can get to, you know, hang out, go grab a drink, and even have sometimes touch base with the rest of the family. So we are also looking forward to that particular one. Like I said, Tanzania is normally a busy place, and people are really not worried about the COVID-19. Some people might not like it, and I think also, according to my thinking, that is why we also did have them coming from Magufuli, because he told his people not to worry about this whole COVID-19 pandemic. And I think that is why they came for him. And I think he actually knew it, because he said it at some point. But we have not seen any other African leaders, you know, holding their ground, standing their ground and saying, you know, and telling people not to worry about, you know, the whole pandemic, because as we know it, the whole situation has actually been blown out. You know, the numbers are actually numbers that have been cooked up, if you ask me. If at all the situation was crazy with the whole COVID thing in Tanzania, then we would be hearing about hospitals getting booked. But that is not the dying everywhere. The people are not observing any mandatory mask mandate right here in Tanzania, like you can see. We'll be showing you a little bit of what is happening. Like I said, the main means of transport is the bajajis and also the bikes, and you can also get your Uber. You can also book a Bolt. You know, we have other transport companies that help people move around from point A to point B in Dar es Salaam. So far, it has been wonderful. We have not had any bad experience. But I think some of the families said that they could not ride in a bajaji, which is crazy. Some people do not trust these particular bajajis. But for me, I have used these particular bajajis even the last time we were here in Tanzania. This is not the very first time we are in Tanzania. We were here last year at around March, and that is the time when the whole pandemic situation got to us, and we were not able to tour Zanzibar. We just had to go back home, and even the family from the USA did get their planes and flew back home. But this time we are here and we are chilling. You know, we shall also be here the whole of next week. And like I said, the experience has been wonderful so far. We just passed the building, which is the headquarters for the Airtel telecommunications company. I don't know if I can show you a little bit over that. I think we just passed it, but it's a building right behind there. And there's also another one ahead of us, which is also another company, headquarters for the Vodacom HQ. Tanzania has not yet gotten to 5G, but in case you are wondering what the kind of internet connectivity they do have here in Tanzania, they do have the 3G and the 4G, and I think there's also the 4G plus. So the internet situation is not so bad. For the case of housing, it depends on where you're looking for the house at, and it depends on where the property is located. If it's very much close to the city or inside the city, of course the rates will have gone higher. And because of the way the situation is in Dar es Salaam, because it's very busy and very fast city, the government of Tanzania did move their capital city from Dar es Salaam. It went to Dodoma. You know, Dodoma right now, all the offices have been transferred to Dodoma. Most of the government offices have been transferred to Dodoma, and this was to ease the congestion in this particular city. Tanzania is relatively large, so I would understand that people are coming from all the other parts of the country and coming into Dar es Salaam maybe to look for work opportunities and such like things. But at the end of the day, I also believe that maybe they can also invest in the other cities to make them as attractive as Dar es Salaam is. From Dar es Salaam, we also do have other cities such as Mwanza. We also do have Arusha. We also do have Moshi, and these are also big. We also do have Kigoma. Tanzania is really huge and has been compared to it's bigger compared to Kenya. It's twice. It's more than twice the size of Kenya. So you can get to imagine. For me coming from Kenya, it's like it's really big, and you have to, for example, for us we traveled about 12 hours, more than 12 hours actually, coming from Kenya into Tanzania by one of these particular buses, which leaves very early in the morning. How are you doing, family? If you have a question for me, can be post up. I will be responding to that particular one. In case you do have a question, kindly ask. Let me also try switch up the camera on myself, so that you can also get to see what's going on. For some reason, I still cannot see your comments. If you have a question or a comment regarding this whole traffic situation in Dar es Salaam, you can still drop your comment. We are riding one of these bajajs heading to Mbezi. I understand there are two places known as Mbezi. There's one with a beach and another one without a beach. So in case you're ever in Dar es Salaam trying to ride to Mbezi, you have to tell your taxi or your bajaj driver that you're heading to the beach. There's one that has the beach, and that is where we are actually headed right now. Like I said, riding the taxis or riding the Ubers is it's safe. For me, it's safe. I have used the Bajajs a few times. People do get to try and observe the traffic rules, not as much, but nonetheless, there's not as strict adherence to traffic rules. Sometimes you do find that some of the drivers are going crazy, but nonetheless, we are still here, and we shall be showing you a bit more of this particular place known as Dar es Salaam. In case you ever want to go to Dar es Salaam and maybe see what's good with the country or the city. precise 158 you're asking aspects. Do you check any hospitals, the media claiming are filled with patients? I have been asking around. I haven't been to any hospital myself, but I've been asking around, and no one knows of any hospital that is filled with patients. I do not know of any. Light Bearer, you saying a hi from a hi to you too, Light Bearer. How are you doing? How is the day coming up? We are a little bit in the traffic, and like I said, Dar es Salaam is a busy place, so you might have to plan for your trip a little bit earlier. Make sure that you have about maybe 20 minutes or so to allow yourself to be, to maybe to manage the traffic situation. General Muskiri, you're saying, peace to you too. How is everything going in the UK? General Muskiri should have also joined us on this particular tour. We do have many more coming up, and we hope that the family can also be able to join us on those particular ones. The wonderful sister Monique is also with us, saying a greetings to you too, sister Monique. How are you doing? How is the day coming along? It's actually 9 minutes to 4 p.m. right here in Tanzania. I don't know what time it is, wherever you are. General Mosquito, what time is it? I think there's a 5-hour difference between Tanzania and the UK. You get to realize that in the UK, when it comes to the in Tanzania, I almost got myself confused. In Tanzania and in Kenya or in East Africa, we share almost the same timeline with Russia. It's actually 9 minutes to 4 p.m. in Tanzania. I believe it's also the same time in Russia, in Saint Petersburg, in Russia as well. So you can compare. I believe that is also maybe about 7 or 8 hours difference with the USA, wherever you might be at. But nonetheless, the day has been wonderful. You can see the traffic are built up in the area. We're trying to get there on time and see what's about time. Stacy Thomas, thank you so much for joining us. Stacy Thomas, you said you will be in Tanzania next year with your daughter. That would be a good thing. And I don't know if you're planning a group tour or whether you're going on a private tour, on a personal tour with your daughter. I am not aware which option you're all taking, but we have had most of the family coming to Tanzania. I believe I talked about Sharon Howard. She has been to Tanzania before. She says that she wants to get a condo in Zanzibar. And next week, we shall be crossing into Zanzibar on Monday. So all our live streaming will be coming through to you from Zanzibar. We also did have some other sister. What was her name? Her name was Dod Sumantra. Dod Sumantra did tour Tanzania. She didn't like it. Different people give different reviews of the country. I do not remember what particularly she did not like, but that was even way before the whole COVID-19 pandemic came up. She was here. She was in Tanzania. She didn't like it that much. Then she went to South Africa. I think she also made a stop in Mozambique. That was a sister called Sumantra, so she has also been to Tanzania. We were also hoping that the brother, what do you call him, Lando Winter. Lando Winter would have also been. I think he's in Tanzania at the moment because he said that on the chat. He said that he will be in Tanzania from the 15th. I believe that was yesterday. I don't know if our brother Lando Winter is checking in on this video. Please do let us know. You can email me blackhotfireafrica@gmail.com if you are in Tanzania. We can get to link up. If also you are able to get a hold of a kid, also message Keith and I'll let him know if you have the time to also get to meet up with the Black Hot Fire family. I know that you have met G-Man and Nish already, but nonetheless, the rest of us are also here in Tanzania getting to enjoy a wonderful time. Mr. X, you're saying I will, like anywhere outside of the US. Yes, please, my daughter and I will be there next year. That's good. Are you coming on a bigger group? We are a team of 8 people. We did have Sister Golden Heart, Sister Sylvia, Father John.